Original post, March 5, 2024. Hello guys. My wife and I divorced 5 years ago. It was an amicable divorce with no resentment on either side, simply we were too young, and she had to move away for her career. We kept some contact over the years. Last year I lost both my parents in quick succession. I did my best to tough it out, but it's not easy. When my ex-wife heard of it, she immediately reached out and supported me. Thanks to her I pulled myself back up. Now, we have obviously started to reconnect, and she asked if we can try again. Now that we are both more mature and in better places. Not get married again right away, but rekindle our relationship. I feel conflicted. I did not completely lose my feelings for her, but recently I have started dating a girl and she knows this. She said she doesn't want to put me in the uncomfortable position of choosing, but that's what she's doing. I don't know how to proceed. With the other girl, we are just in the early dating, so my ex-wife is not intruding on an established relationship. Relevant comments. Comment 1. People do grow and sometimes come back together after divorce. You are now wiser. My personal opinion is to put your dating relationship on hold until you sort this out. Good luck. OP. You are right. I'm not a player and I want to be transparent with both of them. Ex-wife had a funny way of putting it. She said it's like a job interview and I have to pick whom I think is the best candidate. Update 1. March 7, 2024, 2 days later. My ex-wife and I divorced 5 years ago. The divorce was clean and amicable, so no hard feelings. She reconnected with me last year after my parents' death and recently asked if I could consider giving her another shot. Today she told me she had gotten tickets to the opera for next Saturday, and invited me. She also proposed to have a dinner at the restaurant before the show. Does this mean she's serious about us? When she sprung the idea on me, I had already started casually dating another girl. If she's really serious about us, I am thinking of breaking it off with the other girl. Update 2, March 16, 2024, 9 days after the last update. Hello, just letting you guys that we had our date and she just dropped me off at my place. She came to pick me up in her car. She was beautiful, I mean she always is, but in her dress, she was breathtaking. First, we went to dinner, then to the opera. She insisted on paying for everything. I know she can afford it with her career, but she was adamant that since she asked me out the tab was hers. I think she studied the whole thing in detail to win me back, and honestly, she's already succeeding. We talked a bit in her car before she left me, and we shared a small kiss. I do think she is damn serious about giving us a second chance. She even thanked me for accepting her asking me out. Adding some details about our divorce. It wasn't due to cheating or anything traumatic, she was pursuing her career and we drifted away. She said she came to regret leaving me and not fighting for our marriage, especially after some really bad experiences she had with guys after me. I do think she is sincere, and her motives are genuine. I am comfortable financially, but she's become way wealthier than me, which is fine since she worked hard for her career. I don't have any resentment towards her leaving me. I had some at first, but being on my own helped me mature and experience new things and relationships. I did pop her the million-dollar question: if I take her back, could she still leave me out of the blue? She replied she learned to never make the same mistake twice. I feel fuzzy, hopeful maybe, and my head won't stop spinning. Update 3, March 21, 2024, 5 days after the last update. Hey guys, it's me again. Some of you said that after last Saturday's amazing date, she took me out on. The ball was in my court. So I made my move and invited her out this Saturday. I was thinking of taking her to a beautiful historical village in our area, which is also holding a festival for the spring. I was a bit nervous about asking her because it's not as fancy or exquisite as what she did for me, but she immediately said she would love to see the village. There's more. She mentioned she had a client scheduled on Saturday morning, but she assured me she was rescheduling said client so we could have the whole day together. I was dumbfounded. Back when we were married, she was adamant that her career was her priority. And now she's chosen me over something related to her career. I don't have my parents anymore, but my sister and my aunt are still here for me, and generally, they always saw right through people. They agree that she's not just serious about us having another go, she is damn serious. Some of you commented or asked about her financial situation. Like I said, I am comfortable financially and I enjoy my own career. She's become very, very successful financially. She has 2 cars which are more than what I make in a year, and her place is one of those new, ultra-modern mini mansions. I admit this intimidated me a bit at first, but I told myself if she reconnected with me, it was because of me as a person and not my status, so I am doing the same, although I genuinely admire what she achieved. Also, To address some guys implying she just had fun and dated around in the last 5 years, it's not like I sat in a dark room alone all that time. I dated, had my flings, even a 2-year relationship. So I too come with some extra mileage, but what matters now is that we both want to give us another try. I wasn't sure about my feelings towards her some days ago, but now I know that I still love her and have never stopped, and she most likely feels the same. Maybe I do have my head in the clouds now, but I am determined to show her she made the right choice in reconnecting with me, and that we can overcome any obstacle we might find on our path. I feel that this time it will be different. Anyhow, for now I'll just focus on having fun together on this date and many more to come. Relevant comments. Comment 1. Why not? You both are grown adults. My advice would be to take things slow and enjoy the ride, see where it takes you. If you both are meant to be, then you are meant to be. Just don't confuse lust with love, and you both are in a unique situation here. You aren't strangers. You both know what didn't work out and what did. See how it goes. All the best. OP. Thank you. I agree with the advice of not getting confused into lust. And I believe we have matured to the point where we can sit down and find a solution for any problem that might arise in the future. Comment 2. Just be sure you all talk through things that cause stress and eventually ruin the relationship. Canceling work plans now when the relationship is in its infancy and the honeymoon phase exists is nice. But will she still feel the same way and prioritize you when you all have settled into a relationship? I think it's really important you all discuss what didn't work for each other in the last rodeo and be sure those same relationship patterns don't exist. If she really is married to her work, so to speak, then it may explain why she struggled to find a partner. Maybe you were the only one that tolerated it the longest as compared to others. And would you be okay with it if it's still her priority now? OP. You make very good points. Our marriage basically broke down because she wanted us to move to another country for 2 years for her career, and I had my misgivings about it. So she went off alone. We talked about this. I asked if this situation could happen again. She said she might have to take business trips, but nothing longer than a week, and even then, no more than a couple of times per year. I am willing to work with that. Update 4, March 25, 2024, 4 days after the last update. Hello guys, I'm back. Many wanted to know how it went. We had a very fun date and an amazing weekend. We were supposed to get back home and end the date in the afternoon, but got so caught up in the festival's activities. Then I wanted to show her a popular landmark in the area, then we went back to the festival in the evening. It was almost midnight when we got back, and long story short, I ended up spending the night at her place. Maybe it's the afterglow speaking, but I think we could really have something good going. We agree that we have both matured from 5 years ago and the feelings we had for each other never went away. But we have also changed as people, so of course it's different now, and in a good way. I guess that the only thing to do is to go forward and see where this leads. I'm quite optimistic, but I also understand we have to communicate and be careful not to fall back in the same issues that ended our first relationship. Of course, we aren't talking of remarrying anytime soon, and we very well could not remarry at all. We'll take our time and see where this relationship leads. Wish us good luck. Update 5, April 2, 2024. For context, we have been divorced for 5 years. She reconnected with me last year and we started dating last month. Things are quite good for now, but like many people said, we are still in the honeymoon phase, so it's way too soon to tell. We mostly go out on fun dates, and we celebrated Easter with my sister and aunt, who welcomed her back with open arms. We ended up again talking in her car as she drove me home. I swear guys, I have my own car and license, but she always insists on driving herself. Maybe I was a bit tipsy, and I told her how much she's changed, in personality and appearance, and standing. She said I changed little if not at all, and that's why she wanted to get back with me. She said I think I have changed, but she saw I am still the same optimistic, kind-hearted fun guy she knew, especially after she saw how I am dealing with losing both my parents and how I dealt with another deep loss 2 years ago. I thought I had grown a bit jaded and maybe pessimistic over those years, but she said it's not the case. She says I have matured, but deep down I am the same. I think she too has matured in those years, way more than me. Just sharing some thoughts. Update 6, April 15, 2024. Hello guys, hope you are all doing well. My ex-wife of 5 years reached out to me last year after my parents' passing, and she's been a support for me ever since. Last February we resumed our relationship and things are going pretty well. We did talk about our new relationship in the long term, and we have agreed we are in no haste to get remarried anytime soon. However, she would like for us to explore the theme of children at some point in the future. The topic of children is a bit sensitive for me because I lost a child in a previous relationship with another woman while we were divorced, and it was heavy. However, I would be open to getting on the topic if things keep going well in the next couple of years. Ex-wife knows about this and has been very respectful about it, and agrees that now it's definitely too soon. However, she wanted to put all her cards on the table, and I appreciate her being straightforward. She asked me to consider moving in with her full-time at some point this year. Her house is very spacious, and she says it's too big for her alone. As of now, I sleep at her place a couple of days a week and she sleeps at mine on the weekends. We are also planning a long romantic weekend at my parents' house for next week. So things are good. We got the serious talk, but for now, we will keep taking things slowly, enjoy each other, and explore our new relationship. Story 2, my wife is leaving me for someone she has known for 3 months. Original post, July 29, 2023. A slight preface. My wife and her brother were very close when young. He got very into alcohol, went to prison for 10 years, went immediately back to drinking, and then died in front of her. My wife, 30 female, and I, 33 male, started going to the gym together. We were loving the results of the fitness. It made sex even better and we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We felt as happy and close as ever. 3 weeks after her brother died, this guy chats her up at the gym and she immediately clicks with him. I was worried, but I trusted my wife. She is a sweetheart and never imagined her having the ability to have an affair. Last weekend we had one of the most romantic days and evenings we have had in a while. This week she decides that she cannot go on without finding out why she developed such a quick connection with this guy. We own a house and 3 pets. Her family and everyone we know are devastated and blown away, but she is dead serious. The woman I knew last week even, has left the building. This is a living nightmare that I just want to wake up from. We did couples counseling 3 times, and have one scheduled on Wednesday, but she has completely made up her mind and seems to have rapidly fallen out of love with me. My life as I had known it is over. I just needed to get this all off my chest. Edit, wow. Thank you everybody for the responses. I did not expect such an outpour of support. I am reading every comment. Relevant comments. Comment 1. This sounds like a trauma response and a self-destructive behavior in response to intense grief. She is intentionally blowing up her life. Please go see a trauma therapist, it will be helpful for you for both dealing with your own situation and for understanding her actions. Unlike everyone else here, I empathize with your wife quite a bit, in addition to you. She is going through something most of us will never ever understand. This is an incredibly complex situation that would do well to be divorced from ego. Many happily married couples who have been together for 40 or 50 years can tell you of a similar period in their relationships. Once they stuck through. Because they knew their partner was acting out of their mind. And they put ego aside and love first. They held space for their partner and tried not to take things personally. Your wife is divorcing you, so obviously this is out of your hands, but I would suggest this situation isn't permanent if you don't want it to be. I am not excusing cheating. 99% of the time, if your partner cheats on you or leaves you, I would be the first to say, no one is worth that. Let them go and good riddance. However, having your beloved sibling die in front of you is the rarest of experiences, one that will absolutely fuck a person up. And she is acting fucked up. And in this rare circumstance, I personally would try to remember that she's going through something I cannot understand and essentially going through the psychological/life equivalent of self-harming behaviors. My love for my partner would trump my outrage at their transgressions in this one rare circumstance, even if it hurt like hell. Do as you will, but I hope you don't let everyone else cloud your mind with the message that she's just being selfish and doesn't care about you or your relationship. I think this is a person absolutely nosediving in grief and horror. Sometimes life, love and relationships are far more complex and nuanced than we act like they are. OP, 2 days later, and this comment is the one that has stuck with me the most. My love for her is still trumping all of the hurt. I thought that she had hurt me too badly to forgive her, but that isn't the case at all. Not even close. I have an insane amount of love for her and an unlimited supply of empathy for her situation. We had a good heart-to-heart this morning, and we agreed that we are likely going to separate but not divorce. That our friendship and amicability are our #1 priority. We both still love each other very much. We both agreed that we said things we did not mean due to anger and hurt. Things felt very black and white the last few days, and now the nuance and complexity of things are setting in even more. One day at a time. Love is no joke, and being a human is messy. Update 1, April 1, 2024, 8 months later. I had a kind Redditor reach out to me over the weekend asking how I was doing. The original post got a lot of attention, so I figured I would give an update. My wife filed for divorce a month after moving out. During this time, I did the whole online dating thing, which was way worse than I could have ever expected. Kept myself busy working out, building my own confidence, hanging out with friends. In general, it was horrible, but I was trying to keep my head up. I was in therapy. Didn't jive with my first therapist, found a new one in December who I liked a lot more, and am still seeing her. In mid-December, my wife calls me, crying, asking if she can stay in the guest bedroom because she has nowhere to go. I say yes, even though she hurt me so badly, I did still love her. So things with the guy at the gym turned very toxic very fast. I know the word narcissist gets thrown around a lot these days. This guy though, it's hard to believe these subhuman pieces of trash actually exist. So she stays in the guest bedroom for a week, then goes and stays at her parents' for a month. She had a nervous breakdown and was able to get a medical leave of absence from her work. Mid-January comes around and she is back at the house, but still in a very frantic and erratic state. Sort of like she was withdrawing from hard drugs. I had no idea about the addictive nature of toxic relationships. She is clear that she is too fucked up in the head to be in a relationship and is going to work on herself. I give her the time and space she requested. She goes all in on learning about the psychology of all of this crap. Inner child work, how the nervous system reacts and attracts you to toxic people if you grew up in a toxic household. Anxious and avoidant attachment styles. There is this book called How to Stay Married, where the wife had an affair, and it turns out the root of the issue was her unresolved childhood trauma. Long story short, the same thing happened here. It hurts, but I can forgive her. She is my best friend, and we are insanely compatible in a lot of ways. She has really been returning to herself the past month. She is the happiest I have seen her in at least a year, and last week we filed the paperwork to dismiss the divorce. We are both in individual counseling, and soon to start couples therapy. I am sure a lot of people will think I am making a mistake in reconciling, but I am happy. I do trust her that she now has the knowledge to not let this happen again, and she has the drive to become the best person she can be. Edit, I am reading all the comments and taking everything to heart. Especially the ones calling me stupid, chump, and a doormat. I completely understand where you are coming from. I just don't have time or desire to respond to so much. I want things to work out and do trust my gut that this was a one-time thing. I will post an update and take all of the I told you so if it comes to that. Relevant comments. Comment 1. What boundaries did you set? I'm asking because we only have a couple of posts for insight, and from what's there? This strongly implies she hasn't accepted responsibility or accountability for what she did to you. Man, she didn't just break your heart. She shattered and then stomped on the pieces. Healthy relationships need trust, respect, and boundaries. She violated all three in the most humiliating way. Is it possible you are just fleeing back into a safe space, your marriage, that in reality doesn't exist anymore? Doesn't read like there is anything stopping her from doing this to you again. Good luck, man, but damn. What she did to you was beyond fucked up. The only thing worse would be if you were now raising his kid, too. Have you been intimate with her since? Have you gotten tested for STDs afterward? You should. And if you have any kids, please test paternity so that your rights are protected. OP, complete access to her phone anytime. Individual counseling for her and couples counseling for us. Basically, anytime I may even have a hint of suspicion of any sort of nefarious activity, I can investigate, no questions asked. This has not needed to happen because we spend nearly all our free time together, or doing our own stuff around the house. If we aren't spending time together, she is reading self-help or watching self-help on YouTube. We work the same hours, we go to the gym together, and we come home. What she did was beyond messed up. We are all on the same page with that. She says that what she did is unforgivable, that she is a huge piece of shit, a complete fucking moron, that I deserve better. I want to make things work for the sake of the life we built over 12 years, the beautiful home and land we own together, and a vast array of common interests we have together. I want to continue building memories of love and laughter and fun like we did for 12 years. There is a lot that is important to me that can be saved if the work is put in. Her estranged brother dies in front of her while she is holding his hand, and then weeks later this guy comes into her life and love bombs her while she is spiraling in grief. It's no excuse for what she did, but it is enough for me to give her at least some iota of grace that she was not in a sane and rational mind when this all went down. I hope everything works out for OP. It's definitely a hard situation to be in. To be honest, I don't know if I could take someone back after that. But I also think the wife is having some mental problems and probably won't do it again. Anyway, I wish them the best with everything. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.